Hello everyone, good afternoon. The first thing I need you to do is mark out that 7 right there and make that a 6. My bad. Alright, we're doing literal equations today. Whew, take a deep breath. Literal equations are ugly. So is my writing, because they have more than one variable, meaning they are all going to have more than one letter in the problem. So your goal is to get the solve for variable on one side of the equation and everything else on the other side. So how we're going to do that, this first one, I'm going to show you, I have the same problem, 4x plus 3y equals 6. And the first time, we are going to solve for x, and the second time, we're going to solve for y. I'm going to show you how you can get two different answers when you have a literal equation. So, to solve for x, the first thing we have to do is get everything away from the x. The x is on that side. So the first thing I can move is that 3y minus 3y. Now, this is where the ugly comes in. You cannot put a 6 and a 3y together. They just have to stay ugly like that. So 4x equals 6 minus 3y. Now, the x is almost by himself. He just has that 4 with him, and they are being multiplied together. So I do the opposite and divide. And I put that division bar over all of that, 6 minus 3y. And what I'm left with, I got the x by himself. I have 6 minus 3y divided by 4. And that is your answer. That's all you can do. You can't combine any terms. So now we're going to do the same thing, same concept, except this time we're going to solve for y instead of x. So the y is on this side. That means I got to get that 4x to go away first. So I'm going to subtract it. Again, I can't put that 6 and the 4x together, so I just have to write 6 minus 4x. Same thing, divide by my 3. Y equals 6 minus 4x over 3. That's ugly, but that's the answer. So that's how, if you have a literal equation, you could do the same equation 3 or 4 different ways depending on what you're solving for. The next ones, they'll be a little bit easier. So this first one says we're going to solve for c. Okay, well, c is on this side. That tells me I need to get that s to go away. And how do we move a minus s? We add it. I can't put an m and an s together, so I just have to leave it written. M plus s equals c. It doesn't matter whether the variable is by himself on the right or the left side. He just has to be by himself. And the c is by himself, so that tells me I found the answer. The second one says solve for m. So m is on that side. So that tells me I need to move that v away. M is being divided by v. The opposite of the opposite of division is multiplication. So now I have dv equals m. M is by himself. Final answer. This one's pretty easy too. I'm just solving for k. So that means the c is going to have to go away. How do we move a plus c? We subtract it. K equals w minus c. That's all I can do. That's my answer. We'll do one more easy one, and then we're going to add a two-step one. So this one tells me to solve for t. That's not bad. T is right here. But I have a p and an r, and they're all being multiplied. They're all jammed together, so that tells me they're multiplication. So if they're all being multiplied, it means I can divide what I need to go away out. So my final answer is I divided by PR equals T. Let me show you something real quick. If it had been I equals PTR, if they'd have been in a different order and I still wanted to solve for T, I just divide, and I can just take out the PR together. They don't have to be next to each other as long as they're all being multiplied. But it gets you the same answer. All right, here's our two-steppers. I'm solving for K. He's right there. He's on top with that N. So I need to leave those two alone for a minute, and I need to get rid of that J first. How do you move a divided by J? You multiply, Miss Hall. That's right. MJ equals K plus N. Am I done? Nope. The K is not by himself. Now, I need to subtract the N. MJ minus N equals K. I'm done now because that K is by himself. Last one. Y equals mx plus b. This equation will be your new best friend very soon. He is slope-intercept form. We'll graph this guy like nobody's business. But for now, all we're doing is solving for x. So he's on this side. So let's get that b moving first. Have to subtract b. Y minus b equals mx. All right. Now, to get rid of that m, to get that x alone, so y minus b, all of that divided by m, equals x. X is by himself. We are thrilled. All right, so you need to turn your paper over and work on the problems. If you have a problem with them, you can ask Mr. Lowerly. He can help you. And good luck. Have a good weekend. Make good choices. Bye.